now still, so I'm a mess. But, some people saying that, this can't get that bad, with the Muslims taking over and the new DSA, the new radical left Democrats in office. It can't get too bad. Well, let me point a few things out. Let's start with the drug trade, for example. Why were the Democrats so upset when Donald Trump started bombing drug boats that were bringing fentanyl to America that we know is killing people left and right? They threw a fit, tried to stop him from doing that, tried to shut him down. Now, why would anybody be against shutting down a criminal organization and shutting down drug trade? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. We got El Chapo, the head guy down there in Mexico from all the drug smuggling and stuff. We got him locked in jail, had him there for a long time. And we got the head guy from Venezuela locked in jail as well. And both them old boys are telling us of all sorts of Democrats that he has on payroll. I'm not making that up. They've been on payroll for a long time. Now, I'm sure being on the take, you're making a lot of money, but there's a little bit more to it than them just making some money. We see them. I thought I heard somebody walking up behind me. We see what they're doing, bringing all these illegals in here just to get votes. We see everywhere that Democrats win anything, you can see where they physically cheated. You can see where they had people that were illegals registered to vote, not supposed to be voting, that did vote. All sorts of things. We're seeing it everywhere. So that brings me to the drug trade. Why the Democrats would want the drugs to keep pouring into this country. Well, the more people they've got on drugs in this country, the less people are going to be worried about what's going on in politics. Now, y'all think about that for just a quick minute. El Chapo and Venezuelan's head guy, I forget his name now. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Both of them are telling us about all the people, all the Democrats, and there's a few Republicans that are on their payroll. There's no reason for them to be there, yet they are. And y'all still think it's not going to get bad? All right, let me tell you what Mondani in New York City's doing right now. They have done a rent freeze, and they've made it to where you almost can't make a living if you own these buildings and you're renting stuff out in them. I know people are saying, well, that's the most expensive place up there. And it is. On average, they make about 20 to 22%. Now, I watched this on Fox News the other day. Some people that own buildings up there. They make 22% is what they said. Mondami, I think, says it's 26% profit. And do you know, and now listen, if rent's that expensive and all they're making is 20 to 26% in profit, you know how much they've spent to buy that building and make it functional to where everybody can live in it. Well, these two people that were on there said, well, on each unit, that percentage comes out to about $600 a month. And you're thinking, well, if they got 20 units, they're making big money. No. Out of that $600 comes the upkeep. Okay? And you're thinking, well, Chris, why are you saying anything of this? We don't need to know this. Well, Mondami's head guy that's in the housing, however you call it, he's his housing guy. He stood up and said on Fox News, and bless her heart, I forget who the lady was on Fox that was talking to him when he said this. It just blew her mind, and she just cut right away from him. But he said, Mondami's housing guy said, nobody in America has the right to make 26% profit on their investment. Really? This is a free country? And now you're telling us what we are allowed to make on an investment and what we're not allowed to make on an investment? Now this is going on right now. It's designed to where they can start taking buildings. That's what it's designed for. People are going to, all their money they've worked so hard, they're going to start losing it. They are taxing people so much right now. If you have houses, if you're rich, they're just beating the hell out of everybody up there. And you think, well, I don't live in New York City. What do I need to worry about it for? This is where the new DSA comes in. Mamdani's the head of that. He's the head of that snake. The new DSA, the Democrat Socialists of America, on their platform that they're running on. And let me make this clear. Say if I were going to run for president and I said, listen, I'm going to lower all your taxes and I'm going to make it to where, you know, everybody, if you're working overtime, it's time and a half no matter what. Because a lot of people don't get paid that. Now say that's what my platform was I was running on. Okay? You're going to vote for me according to what my platform is. Their platform, the new DSA, the new Democratic Left, their platform is, and I'm just going to highlight some of them right off the top. They're going to do away with the presidency. They're going to appoint a man or woman to be in there. I've said this several times, and these are the people that say they have no king's rally. They're going to do away with the Senate. They're going to completely do away with our military, every bit of it. Gone, done. No more people in the military, no military at all. And they're going to completely defund the police. They're going to let every person in an American prison out. And they're going to open our borders. Now this is their platform they're running on, to show you how radical they're getting. Y'all look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. So with everything we've been seeing them do in the past, all those people that were on the take already, the Democrats that were on the take, what we see the Democrats doing now, and what they're pledging to do in the future, y'all, if we don't shut down on October 17th and take this country back, we're done. We are done. Make no mistake, when Donald Trump is out of office, if we get a Republican in there, we'll be all right for a little while. But if we don't get this handled right now while Trump's in office, we're done. We get a Democrat in office, it's going to go to this socialist stuff. Look how fast Mamdani turned New York City. Y'all think this through? Y'all really think this through? I know a lot of people say, Chris, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Shutting down, trying to stop those billions coming into the government from all the hardworking people in America. That's just wrong. That's just stupid. How else are you going to get their attention? How else will you get their attention? Donald Trump's up there and his cabinet's up there working as hard as they can for us. Doing everything they can for us. Their hands are tied on so much. So when we the people all join hands and we say we want our government back and we take our government back, we can start making changes. This is what it's going to take. October 17th is the deadline. And don't worry, I'm going to come out with more of that list for those treasonous sons of bitches that need to be arrested. Hadn't let that go. All of them. You know, we got Barack Obama. We got Hillary Clinton. We got Bill Clinton. We got Joe Biden. And we got Zoran Mamdani. All of them committed treason against us American citizens and against our country. Every one of them. I know some of you are saying, well, Mamdani, what he did violating the Logan Act isn't treason. Well, what he intended to do is treason. And you've got Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar on there. There's going to be a whole lot more added to the list. And Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar is not treason. So we're going to have to let the Justice Department, the Attorney General's Office, U.S. Attorney General's Office, come up with the kind of charges and the sentences they're going to have. But make no mistake, they're going to answer for their crimes. We're not standing for this anymore. We're not going to take it. That's why October 17th at noon, if these son of a bitches hadn't answered us and they hadn't started arresting these folks, October 17th at noon, we're just going to shut down. We're going to stay home. We're not going to leave. We're not going to spend a nickel. We're not going to go to work. We're going to sit there for 30 days. Do whatever the heck we want to do. Sit there for 30 days. And they're not getting that. I've heard everywhere from 1.5 billion all the way up to almost $50 billion a day is what they take in. Whatever it is, they ain't going to be getting it for at least 30 days. And if we need to do it 90 days, we'll do it 90 days. Everybody needs to think about this and get prepared and get ready, because I'm going to tell you, y'all don't want what's coming. Y'all talk to the old boys in Canada. Everywhere around this country, or around this world, y'all talk to them everywhere they've started this stuff. But Canada's right next to us. Y'all see what them boys are going through. And it's coming right here to America. They're standing up now, the DSA is standing up now telling us, we're fixing to do this to y'all, and y'all going to sit back and shut up. That's what they're telling us. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. And Brother Trump, we love you. We're standing tall. You keep standing tall. We're standing for you, brother. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.